are pushing for. If you're pushing for diamond and above, or sorry, yeah, if you're pushing for above diamond, you guys, this is still going to be valuable to you because you're going to need to turn around and teach this to your team. Okay. And what I've learned in the last 3 years, that every rank in this company is made up of Ruby. And if you can understand Ruby, master Ruby, and then build to Ruby, you can get to any rank in the company because every rank is just made up of a bunch of rubies. Okay. So let's see in the comments, we've got diamond, triple, emerald, diamond, ruby, diamond, emerald, ruby, ruby. All right, lots. Okay, so we have some new people on here tonight, you guys. So I'm just gonna go over, I'm just gonna walk us through the basics. Okay, so if we haven't had the chance to connect, my name is Jackie. I know we have a couple, I know Marisa's team's on here. I feel like we're kind of just like one team though, so we're just gonna say we're all on the same team. It's pretty much one team. I'm presidential with the company, and I've been in for 3 years. So most of you guys on this Zoom, somehow you're in my organization. I'm just another person here to help you build this business. And what I'll say without boring you with my story is I joined 3 years ago as a very broken person. Like I just was lost. I needed something. I was a new mom. You guys have heard it before. And I really felt that I couldn't be successful at this business. That's truly how I felt. That's why I didn't join for a long time. And what I want to encourage you guys to know is that I don't care who you are, what your background is. I don't care about anything. I promise you, if you come in and treat this like a business and do the right things on social media or face-to-face, however you're building, you can be successful in this, okay? I'm gonna map out what you do as a new distributor to go Ruby and then to go diamond, and what that looks like for you in terms of what to be doing every day, okay? So when you join, okay, the business, your first goal is to get your first 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. Now, can you put in the chat, 1, if you are a customer who has not enrolled your first 4 customers, put a 1 if you have not enrolled your first 4 customers, or number 2, put a number 2 in if you have personally enrolled a distributor in the last 30 days. 1 if you have not got your first 4 customers, 2 if you've enrolled a distributor in the last 30 days, okay? So as you come in, signing your first 4 loyal customers is going to be your first goal. 1, by doing that, you're gonna get your first bonus, your first win, okay? You wanna get that under your belt. But more importantly, it's gonna qualify you for all the bonuses and things that are coming at the end of this month. You guys wanna be qualified for these bonuses. You wanna be qualified for what's coming out. Let's just get your first 4 customers out of the way, okay? That is gonna be step 1. Now, people from there will say, you know, what is my next goal? What do I do from there? And you guys, the goal is Ruby, okay? So let's go over a couple basics. Two types of people that we are attracting to our business: customers and distributors. Those are the 2 types of people that we're bringing into our business. Meaning that if you're not doing things to bring those types of people in, you're probably not working your business in an effective way. When I started, I would always ask myself, is what I'm doing right now gonna add up to me signing somebody? Is this gonna grow my network somehow? Is this gonna expand the eyes looking at my posts? I made sure that everything I did could tie back to, is this producing a customer or a distributor? Okay, so loyal customer, real quick, in case anybody doesn't know, we have 2 prices on all of our products. If you have let's say a product in, let's say it's hair, skin, nails. Okay, we have hair, skin, nails in almost all the countries available. For US, there's gonna be a retail price of hair, skin, nails and a loyal customer price. People can buy retail, pay full price one time, or they can say, I'm gonna try at least 1 product a month for 3 months. And by doing that, they get 40% off the products, which is what we pay as distributors. So loyal customer is just someone that agrees to try any 1 product a month for 3 months. They can switch up the product, they can skip a month. By doing that, they save 40%. People want to use our products for longer than a month because they're results-based. So typically if people are like, yeah, you know, I wanna lose 20 pounds, I wanna get a discount, I'll agree to 3 months. Super flexible, you know, and it is true residual, because you guys, there's people that order, you know, there's perks if they keep ordering for 6 months, 12 months. Like, this is truly residual money. So yeah, I mean, loyal customer and distributor, those are the 2 types of people that we're bringing in. Your first goal is to get 4 loyal customers, okay? Now, let's look at the Ruby chart. We're just gonna start building. And you guys, I'm gonna give you a little disclaimer before we start this. There are lots of different ways to build your business. This is just how I have built my business. This is how I teach to build. And I'm gonna walk you through how it can, how doing this will maximize the money that you have on the table, okay? So I want you guys to take a look at this chart. This is a Ruby chart. So this is your first goal. You guys should all have this printed out, okay? So your first goal out of the gate is to get your first 4 loyal customers in 30 days. You're going to be posting, you guys, on your story, host a post, get with your enroller and ask them, what can I be doing to get these 4 customers? I know in both of Marisa and I's pages, in the albums, in the files, in the announcement section, there are a ton of resources for you to go through and just get some help with how to get these customers. One thing I will say is consistency in what you're doing is key. These people will not come to you. It truly takes consistency to get them. And we can go over what you're doing to get these customers after. So let's say you've got your first 4 customers out of the way. What that's going to get you is a $100 shopping spree on top of your bonus. Okay, so in the corner here, when you get your first 4 customers in 30 days, you're going to get $100 in free product plus the commission you're earning that whole time, and it's going to qualify you for all the bonuses. Okay, now when we look at a Ruby chart, okay, Ruby, just to give you an idea income wise, Ruby's average about $500 a month plus bonuses. Okay, how many of you would have your life absolutely rocked if you brought in an extra $500 a month from your phone? And I want you guys to get visual. Put it in the comments, like, what is that doing for you? What does $500 extra a month do for your family? For me, that was the amount of money that I needed to stay home. So when I understood that Ruby was my way to get there, I was laser focused on what I needed to do, okay? So when we look at a Ruby chart, you guys, all this consists of is you having 3 people on your team underneath you, however you want to put it, okay? So when we look at a Ruby chart, you have 3 people that want to make an income with you, number 1, 2, and 3, and you need 2,000 in volume for you to go Ruby. So I'm going to break something down for you guys here. All of our volume in our company comes from products, okay? The reason we have volume instead of tying it to a dollar is because in each country, the prices are different. So the business volume, the volume for each product stays the same throughout. So meaning that in Canada, hair, skin, nails, maybe $49 as a loyal customer. It's $33 as a US loyal customer, but the BV, the business volume, is 30. So when we look at somebody going Ruby, all that means is, let's just say, I'm just going to use me as an example. So I have 3 people on my team. I have 3 of them being a qualified leg. Okay, so what that means, qualified leg, write this down. Qualified leg is 400 in group volume. Okay, so I have 3 people on my team who have 400 in group volume, and then me overall, I have 2,000. Okay, hope that makes sense so far. If I'm losing you, just let me know in the comments. So I come in, my focus is to go Ruby. What's my goal? Breaking it down. I need to bring in customers and distributors. Once I got these 3, I'm going to be placing my volume in my organization to help these people get to a qualified leg, making sure I have 2,000 in group volume. So when I came in, and okay, so group volume, good question. So Bella says, what is group volume and what's the difference? Okay, when you go into eSuite and you click reports, additional reports, volume total by distributor, when you see all your distributors in your organization, you're always going to see 2 columns. One is PBV, personal business volume. And what that means is any volume tied to me directly. Any customers that I keep under me, my personal orders, my personal auto ship, that's my personal business volume. Group volume is anything within the organization. So for example, when I go Ruby, my personal volume to keep me commission qualified is going to come from either my auto ship or my loyal customers that I have, my 4 loyal customers, okay? So I'm always making sure I have my personal volume to be commission qualified. You can have that as, you know, like I said, auto ship, customers, whatever you want. If you're new, you're shooting for those 4 customers anyways, so that's what I always say. Group volume is anything within my organization. So that could be any of my distributors, orders, auto ships, customers, anything within my organization. So when we look at a Ruby chart, let's say, okay, you know what, I've jumped in and I'm going to give you guys tips on how to do this. But my mindset when I came in was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to bring customers and distributors in. I signed my first 3 distributors, 1, 2, 3. These are on my Ruby chart, okay? Now my focus, this is called being boxed for Ruby. Actually going Ruby requires the volume. It requires distributor number 1, 2, and 3 to have 400 in group volume. Does everybody follow so far? Everyone's following. Okay. So one of the ways that we get paid in this business, and you guys, I'm speaking to the people who are hungry here, okay? One of the ways that we get paid in this business is called a weekly bonus or a fast start bonus. This is one of the 5 ways we get paid. Write this down. Fast start bonus equals personally enrolled distributor. So when I personally enroll a distributor and they get 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days, okay? They are going to get that shopping spree. Remember, that first goal is you to get your first 4 customers. The company is paying you out that shopping spree as a new distributor. But when you personally bring someone in, you give them the tools to be successful, you help them, you coach them, the company is going to say, hey, here's a weekly bonus of $100 just for doing your job. Okay, so someone says, can you repeat that? Yes. Ariana says, can you repeat that? Sorry, the name didn't come up. So fast start bonus or weekly bonus is when you personally enroll a distributor and you help them get 4 customers in their first 30 days. They're shooting for that anyways because they want to get that shopping spree. But I'm going to tell you guys a story, okay? When I joined, I signed my first 5 distributors and they all quit. Who has had a distributor quit before? All of us, okay? My first 5 distributors quit. This is where a lot of people get discouraged, like, well, how am I ever going to go Ruby? And I'm like, no, this is the beauty of our company. You don't have to wait for anybody for you to do anything. So I enrolled my first 3 distributors. I want you guys to realize the income that comes with this now, okay? So I'm doing the things to learn how to enroll distributors. I bring my first person in. Let's say they work, okay? So I'm getting them in our systems. I'm helping them. I'm getting their first post up. Let's say they sign 2 loyal customers. Let's just say for easy math, they sign 2 customers for 50 BV. That's totaling 100 BV, right? 2 orders of 50, we've totaled 100 BV. Now, let's say that this person just drops off. They're like, it's not for me. I don't want to do this anymore. You guys, if you've personally enrolled this distributor, you never, ever, ever want to leave money on the table. You can still take advantage of this bonus. And so this is what I personally do. I say, okay, every time I enroll a distributor and I know I'm going to place, I try to knock off 2 things. I try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone every time. 1, I want to make sure if I'm placing volume, it's going to help me with my bonus. But 2, I also want to make sure it's going to help with my promotion. So even if that means that this person isn't working, you can still earn your income from the company from it. Does that make sense? So they've got, say, 2 loyal customers, 100, now they have 100 BV, okay? Let's say you throw another customer underneath them for 50 BV. I'm just doing easy math because I'm not good at math. Now this person has 3 customers, 150 BV. That's going to kick me out that weekly bonus because technically it's 2 loyal customers and 150 BV, but I just teach 4 customers. I want everybody to get their shopping spree. Okay, 2 customers, 150 BV. Now this person has 150 BV, distributor number 1, and now I have earned a $100 weekly bonus. Okay, now let's say distributor 2 comes in, you enrolled them, they just take off. They enroll 5 loyal customers, and all of those orders combined equal 200 business volume. So say that's wraps, hair, skin, nails, thermophyte, and it totals to 200 BV. Okay, so that's another weekly bonus that I'm going to get as the distributor that enrolled them. Okay, now let's say number 3 never gets started. She just, it's not for me, blah, blah, blah. Now my focus is, okay, I already know that number 3, I need volume there from Ruby. But also I want to capitalize on that $100 bonus. Like you guys, $300 in weekly bonuses is life-changing. And so my goal, my focus now is, okay, I got 30 days to enroll 4 customers. I'm going to move them. Now let's say, again, for easy math, all 4 of those customers together is BV. Okay? Does everybody follow so far? Can I get a thumbs up if you're following? I know if you're brand new, this may be super overwhelming. I promise you, as you learn this, it will get easier and it will be second nature, okay? So just to cover what we did, I've personally enrolled 3 distributors. I've placed them on my chart. I am boxed for Ruby. What I need now to go Ruby is the volume. So just to show you a visual of what I need here, I need, remember, a qualified leg. I just got to mute someone there, sorry. A qualified leg is 400 in group volume, okay? Remember, group volume is the whole organization, personal volume is what they personally have. So far, these people only have personal volume because it's their customers, their orders, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you how, if you're taking if you're being proactive in your building, this is what I would do if I enrolled my 4th distributor. Okay, I enroll my 4th distributor. By default, what is going to happen is It Works is going to place it on your top line, meaning you're going to have distributor 4 right here by default. In the company, we have 72 hours to move volume and customers and distributors in our organization to help us promote. Now, when I say to help us promote, that always comes off as like, oh, this is all about me. You know, like I'm shooting for my promotion, and it sounds like it's all about me. But what I want you to realize is in this business, you can't get to the top without helping other people get to the top. You can't build without helping somebody build their business. And so when I say to help, when I say like, okay, I'm gonna build this to help my promotion, I'm gonna show you how this starts implementing layered leadership in your organization. So distributor number 4 comes in. It's automatically on our top line. Now to go Ruby, we only need 3 legs at 400 GV each with me as 2,000 group volume. Meaning if I have a 4th leg over here, I am now choosing between either having to A, get my fast start bonus because I want that volume, right? 4 customers in 30 days. I want this person, regardless of if they work or not, to get those 4 customers because that's money on the table for us as business owners. Or I could choose putting volume under these 3 legs to help them get to 400, right? See how it's kind of either or? It's like, do I place for my bonus or do I place for Ruby, right? See the dilemma we're in? No problem. We can move the distributor. So number 4, we are going to move in what we call stack it underneath a weak leg. So let's say, for example, distributor 2, she canceled out. She doesn't want to work. She's gone. But she has 200 in business volume already. And I know that because those are loyal customers, that's going to run for 3 months. So I don't want to waste that volume. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take distributor number 4 and I'm going to do what we call stacking. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with these first 3 distributors. I'm going to bring her in, put her through the training system, help her get started. You guys, I'm very hands-on with my distributors. I'm giving them posts, giving them replies, like in groups, trainings, like I'm going to help them. But I know that for me to go Ruby, I can take matters into my own hand and place, you guys, you can build a Ruby by yourself. And so by moving and stacking this distributor underneath distributor number 2, I'm going to repeat that same process. I'm going to help that distributor get her first 4 loyal customers in her first 30 days to get the bonus, right? We don't want to leave money on the table. Now, let's say, again, she signs, we get 5 customers under her, 200 in volume, right? Maybe her customers order the premium pack, triple threat, maybe it's more, maybe it's less. But because number 4 is stacked under number 2, anything that's under number 2 is considered her group volume, right? Remember, group volume comes from anything in that organization. And so now what's happening is 2's personal business volume is 200, but her group volume is 400. And so now we have a qualified leg. So you guys, sometimes what I do if I'm looking to build a Ruby, sometimes I have to stack 2 or 3 distributors to get that 400 in group volume up. But every time I'm thinking, okay, if I place this person here, A, does it make sense to place for the fast start? B, is it going to help my promotion? And is this building my organization? And you guys, as you have questions charting is hard because sometimes it's not easy to understand until it's actually happening. So if you enroll someone and you're like, hey, I don't know where to place, message me, message your upline. You will get the hang of it. It's overwhelming at first, but just know your first 3 people you're going to keep on your top line. Okay, so let's say we're promoting to Ruby, let's say number 4 takes off, qualified leg. I enroll a 5th distributor. You guys, at this point, remember, this is now $500 just in weekly bonuses alone before we even talk about commission. And now let's say, number 3, okay, she's killing it. She has a good attitude. She's working. She's showing up. She has her 4 customers. And I start saying to myself, you know what? We need some volume over here. I like how you're working. I'm going to place somebody in your organization. Okay, now a little fine print. You have the option to place people in people's organization. I've never been given somebody ever in my life, never a customer, never a distributor. It is not required for other people. Pretty much I will build and I teach people to build for your business, okay? Build for your business always. But again, in this business, you cannot run across the finish line by yourself. So as somebody that's building, I look for people that A, are positive, B, are consistent, C, are willing to be coachable, but also people that are like, you know, again, I'm always building for my business. So if I have people that are, you know, in a spot where I'm like, hey, I got to build some volume here, I'm going to show you how now this translate from your Ruby to now helping somebody else go Ruby and building Emerald. Can somebody just be like, yes, that makes sense so far? Is anybody like, what are you talking about? Sorry, this hurts my brain. I'm trying to like explain this in the most easy way possible. Okay. So DT number 5 comes in, okay? Let's say we got DT number 1, she's at 400 group volume, so her legs crossed off. You know, now number 3, we need a little bit more volume. We're gonna stack the 5th distributor here, okay? With us placing to get our fast start bonus, we've now hit 5 weekly bonuses. Everybody's at 400. Now you've promoted to Ruby, right? Everyone makes sense? We got 1, 2, 3 across your top line. We've stacked 4 and 5. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this translates into your next promotion. All right, so we got 4. Okay, now this is an emerald chart. Okay, if you look at an emerald chart at the top, what is this? Even if you place them, do you still get the weekly bonus? Yes, your distributors are always coded to you. That's why I mean in this business, like it truly is. Like if you're a high enroller, you can just like feed into your team and it's like a win-win. You know, it's not like, oh, oh, we're viewing someone's screen. I don't know how to stop this. Oh, I don't know. There we go. Sorry. Okay. So when we look at an emerald chart, what do we see, right? We see a Ruby. See, 1, 2, 3. This is your Ruby chart. But now I'm going to show you how that stacking plays into your next level. Shouldn't have folded this. This is your emerald chart. So if we look at these two together, where you had 1, 2, 3 and you stacked 2. Emerald, when those 2 that you stacked under, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys see how now that's starting your emerald chart? And so the conversation that I would have with 3 would be like, hey girl, I want to help you go Ruby. What do you like, are you ready to run? Are you ready to be coached? Are you ready to link arms and go Ruby? Now for me to go Emerald, you guys, this is just me helping 2 other people go Ruby. And so let's say 2 starts, I'm just saying numbers because names are confusing. Let's say 2 starts working and she enrolls 2 of her friends. Okay, so now she's like, oh my gosh, my friends are so fired up. They want to do this too. Do you guys see how the compound effect starts to take in? So now we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got the 4, 5 that we already had, but now she has, oh, I missed the box. I'm like, where'd the 7 go? 6, 7. Okay, so now what is happening through this stacking, not only are you getting volume for your Ruby, but you're helping build to your Emerald. And so now you're creating layered leadership with 1 and 2, who before were just a qualified leg for your Ruby chart, but now you're helping these people go Ruby for Emerald. And you guys, it continues on. Let's just fill in these boxes I'm going to show you, right? And so let's say when you go Emerald, you know, this $1,000 a month average is going to be life-changing for you. You're not waiting for these other people to enroll distributors. You guys, when I looked at a diamond chart, which now has 14 people on it, but used to have 25 or 24, I truly looked at that chart and I said, every single person on this is my responsibility. It is my job, my duty, my obligation to fill this chart. Okay? And so now when you are like, okay, now I'm boxing for Emerald, I have everybody in place, you're doing the same thing, right? You enroll a distributor, you're placing on your chart where it may, you need volume here for Emerald. That's also going to help you with your fast start, but now you're helping person 1 and 2. I cannot tell you how exciting it is to link arms with somebody in this organization and run and help them and build. And again, that's not required. Never ask somebody to build you. Please do not do that. But know that like in this company, that's what you can do, right? And so like I can be like, okay, you know, 1 and 2, we're gonna go Ruby. I want to help you go Ruby because that's not only gonna change your life, but now that's you know, that's promoting you to Emerald. Like you help enough people get where they want to go, you're gonna get where you want to go. And now it keeps going to diamond. So let's say, you know, number 8 here, we need her at a qualified leg. Maybe she has a little bit of volume. We can stack a distributor underneath her. And then when you look diamond, all it is 3 rubies. So now there's 3 people on your team that are going ruby for you to go diamond and make, you know, $2,500 a month. So essentially what I'm trying to say is when you are enrolling people, you want to ask yourself, can I place volume to benefit your, you know, your bonus? By you placing for a bonus, you're still helping that person get their shopping spree. The company is just paying you guys separately. They're saying, hey, good job for getting your 4. Hey, good job for teaching them. And you guys, if they're not working, you know, you can move that volume, right? Like I have distributors that give up and don't work. Like I'm placing volume there because that's money on the table. Don't leave money on the table. And as you continue to stack this, what that's doing in your organization is building stability, but it's also creating layered leadership for you to go from ruby to emerald to diamond. And every time I stack, I ask myself, is this going to make sense for a weekly bonus? Does placement here make sense for, you know, organization, you know, for your chart? And I try to, again, work with people that are showing up and working and being consistent. Okay. Are you, okay, so let me go through and if anybody has questions so far before we go into the next thing, send them in the comments. Okay, what is group volume? I went over that. Yes, 400 GV. Okay, good. I'm glad this is making sense. You guys, stacking is like I'm telling you, I'll just give you a perspective. I mean, when I think about enrolling distributors in this business, I look at it like a deck of cards, you know? There's 4 aces in a deck. There's some queens, jacks, kings. There's a bunch of 2s, bunch of 3s, bunch of 4s. You know, you're going to get some 2s and 3s and 4s and never start their business. You're going to have some 5s to 10s that you can influence with your consistency. You're going to have people that join you that you won't be able to stop if you tried. But in order to get to that next level, like you have to be willing to flip over those people, and don't let your first 5 2s distract you. You know, like truly you can, if you pull out a ruby chart and you're like, I need to go ruby in the next 2 months, I promise you that you can do it on your own. And when you put that mindset out, like I'm doing this, whether or not you come with me, you're on a different energy level than most people. And like the right people truly do come into your business. Like you attract people like you. So when you have that hustle mentality, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna see that come back tenfold. So again, fast start bonuses, personally enrolled distributor, 4 customers, let's just say in the first 30 days, you're gonna get a kick out of $100 weekly bonus, 133 in Canada. 3 distributors for you to go ruby. Keep them on your top line. When you get that 4th, stack them. If you don't know how to do that, come to me, Marisa, Krista, Caitlin, Tamara, whoever your upline is, and we will help you do that. Okay. Now, let's get into the more like, now how do we fill in these spots? Okay. And I'm just going to speak from my heart here because I know a lot of you guys have heard me preach this before, but I really want to like just say this again. You guys, first you need to figure out, how are you working your business? Is it social media? Is it in person? Put a 1 if you're social, put a 2 if you're in person. I'm going to guess we're going to have a lot of 1s. Okay. Big social media team. Half perfect. 1 and 2. I mean, not half, but you know what I mean? So you guys, here's the thing. There are 7 billion people in the world. So if you're sitting there saying to yourself, people just don't want this. I can't bring in distributors. Nobody wants this. This is either going to fire you up or it's going to piss you off. It's just you. It's you. It is you. You are the problem. And that's so, it sounds so mean because it's like you're the problem, but you're also the solution. You're the solution. I used to have these like funks where I'd be like, oh my gosh, like everybody I'm talking to is saying no. Everyone I'm talking to is not ready. They're ghosting me. But you know what would fire me up is to think that there's somebody on Instagram and Facebook and now TikTok right now signing somebody that you could have signed. Really? Like why? Like, you know what I mean? People are joining with people all the time that they've never met. They've met through social media. I mean, I just enrolled 30 last week, all from social media. We have never talked before, never met before. The people are out there. It's just, are you doing a good enough job as a business owner to deliver the content? And that's where people sometimes miss, not because they mean to, but because we're kind of like programmed to be like that. I find people have this mentality like, oh, if they want it, they'll come to me. I don't want to bug them. No, I mean, don't bug them, but open your business. Understand that these distributors and customers that you need for your promotion won't just come to you. And you don't have to be down their throats about it. But what I'm saying is you have to be open for business to even let people know that you're there. You know, like you have to be willing to share the content for people to know what you have. And so when you come into this business and you know that you're going to work on social media, let me break down every day what you need to be doing to build your business. I mean, you don't have to listen to me. I don't know everything, but I know everything. I'm just joking. But I'm pretty much the smartest person in the whole world. No, I'm just joking. But this is something that I'm passionate about because I know that this works. Okay. So there are a lot of things I'm going to make mistakes on. This is not one of them. You've probably seen me make some mistakes. I feel like this is where I can say I've got this. Okay. Every day you have to post. And now if you find yourself getting a lot of traction from potential customers that you're like, I just can't get these distributors, it's because you're not posting about the opportunity enough. And I'm not saying, oh my gosh, all day, every day, spam the opportunity. But what I'm saying is when you look at people, the top 25 of this company, all of them are sharing their story every day. All of them are being active on social media every day. So that, like, success leaves clues. So, you know, as a new distributor, what are you posting about? And if you guys have comments specifically on this, please say it in the comments and I'll, go through and answer them. But, you know, as a new distributor, you guys, your story starts before you join this business. You sharing your story is what will relate people to you. You do not have to make $1 million for people to be relatable. In fact, I find it quite the opposite. People relate through struggle. People relate through, being real. People relate through, just being real. And so every day you guys talk about why you joined, where you're going. Look at how other people are posting. That was the biggest thing for me. I just looked at how other successful people were posting and I edited it to make my own. I just switched some wording around, I talk about it every day in my story. I go live. Does it make me nervous? Yes. Did it push my comfort zone? Yes. Are there days when I would rather do anything else but this? Yes. We're human. We're human, you guys. We're human. But the consistency of these things is what will bring you results. Do not plant, and then stop planting. You won't get your harvest. Continue to plant. Give yourself 6 months, 3 months. Give yourself a time frame where you're like, I'm just going to do this based on my goals, not based on my feelings. I'm going to put that lifestyle post out there every day. I'm going to share my story. I'm going to talk about why I joined, where I came from, where I'm going to go. Create vision for your timeline. Every day we're talking about the opportunity and the products. You guys, if you're not posting about the products, people don't know what you have, right? So I really look at this as like, imagine your storefront was like down this super sketchy dark alley that nobody ever walked down and nobody was going to come to it because nobody knew it was there. Like you have to physically be like, I'm here to have people come down to your sketchy alley store, which we're not sketchy alley in case you're new and like, what the heck is this girl talking about? But what I'm saying is like, people won't know to walk in your store. You've got to open it up for them. So every day we're posting. You guys, every day I'm reaching out to people. I'm having new conversations every day. Do I sign somebody every day? No. But do I plant seeds every day? Yes. Have I done it for 3 years every day without fail? Yes. Will I continue to do it if my whole team drops off tomorrow? Yes. Why? Because the moment that you stop, you're not credible. And I know it seems so crazy, but truly, like, think about how long you watched the person for that you joined. And maybe some of you joined immediately, but I promise you that you went down. If it was me that you joined and you like it from this TikTok thing is what I'm thinking about. I promise you that you probably went to my page and creeped me. I mean, I have had people be like, I just watched every single story highlight on your thing and I'm ready to sign up. If I'm not consistent doing those things every day, people are not trusting what I do, And so I want you to think about, who would you join with right now if you could just stop and rejoin? Why would you want to join with that person? What are they making you feel whenever you read their posts? You have to do that for your audience because your audience needs to have that same feeling. And it doesn't mean copying someone else. It just means learning how to be like the best version of you, like how to evolve you and like grow you so people can relate and be like, okay, I trust what she's saying. I want to do business with her. You guys, every day we're growing our network. Like we have to grow our network. A lot of people stop at this. This is like a crucial point. I started at 200 friends and followers, didn't talk to any of them. Now we have thousands and thousands and thousands. And that did not happen overnight. I mean, some of it did because of TikTok. So if you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok. But most of that did not happen overnight. A good 30,000 of that was 2 years, 3 years of building. And so think about that. Like, don't come in this with the mindset of like, I'm going to see how I'm successful in 2 weeks and see where I'm at. No, like, give yourself a year. What if it took you a year to build up a following of 3,000 people, 5,000 people, put the content in front of them every day? Like, you're going to harvest. But where people lose that is like they start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So it's like at that point, you may as well just not do any of it because you're hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself. You know, I'm not perfect, but what I do know is my audience knows I am about my business. I show it every day. So when you look at people and you're like, I want to get those results, don't compare like the person, compare the action. And I promise you, you have it, what you have in you, what it takes to put that action in. So every day we're talking to new people. Now, if someone's like, well, who do I even message? And what am I saying? You know, I would say don't overcomplicate it. You know, I reach out to people different ways. Host to post is the best way, in my opinion, when you're new, to start having those conversations with people to grow your network. You know, and again, if you don't know what host to post is, get to YouTube, type in Jackie Deering host to post. It will explain what it is. It'll walk you through the process. Every day I'm talking to people about, you know, trying the products. And you guys, my messages are so simple. Like, I'm just saying, hey, I love your page. I don't know if this interests you or not. You know, I saw you watch my story on the hair, skin, nails. You know, I'm looking for someone to try it at a discount. Are you interested in the details? Like, I'm so simple about my messages. I literally speak to them like I would want to be spoken to. You know, and then just with confidence, I'll voice note them back. And I didn't start with that, but I grew into it. Like, you guys step into this new, own what you're doing here. You know, I think that's such like a big point is some people are like, oh, they're dipping their toes in the water and like, they're like, oh, well, I'll just like dip my toe. And then when I'm successful, then I will like own it. No. You got to own it first. The disposition always comes before the position. You know, people always say, well, what do I say to people that ask me how much I'm making and I'm new? And I thought back, I'm like, nobody ever asked me that. And it wasn't because I was lying. I was just talking about where I was going. I am almost diamond. I am going diamond with her. I'm going. I talk about it every day. Every day, me and Laurel talked about going diamond every day for like, and we were executive at the beginning of the month. End of that month, we earned $10,000 bonus. You guys, these same bonuses are about to come out. Meaning that if you're a distributor right now, in 3 months, you can go diamond. They're going to have a big bonus tied to it. I want you to get like let's pretend it's 10 grand. How's that going to rock your world? Okay. And I promise you, you will not get there by sitting here doubting yourself. So break down the daily actions. You know, I was talking to a distributor, Shannon, new on our team earlier today. And she was like, you know what? I haven't been blowing up your inbox, but I need you to know, like, I'm like in the mode of being consistent. I'm getting into the routine of being consistent. She was with the previous company. We do things different over here. She's like, I'm just doing the things. And I can tell that some days she's like, God, like, just bring me somebody, you know, like, bring me somebody. I'm not enrolling. But I promise you, get through the days that you're not, because now, I mean, she's like Box for Ruby and she's getting results. She's talking to people and it's going to come in waves. It's going to come like this. This is like being an entrepreneur. But while it's going like this, both ends of the spectrum, I've seen people get to a point where they're comfortable and stop working and fall. I've seen people fall and not be able to get back up. I have been on both ends of those things. I have been high, I have been low, but throughout all of it, I have remained consistent in what I do, which allows it to level out, or when I'm in a valley, to bring me back to the top of the mountain. Okay. So break down what you need to be do daily on social media. Write this down. Every day you're posting newsfeed and your story. What are we posting? To attract distributors, to attract customers, and we're also putting in some filler posts. Things that people can relate to. Don't be spamming it works all day, every day. Be you, right? Add in your own like style. Do what you do best. Add that in. Every day we're growing our network. How many do I grow with? I mean, how fast do you want to grow, right? If you have 200 friends on Facebook, I can promise you, if you're sitting at a pond with 200 fish and there's a pond with 5,000 fish, you're going to catch more fish than 5,000. So if you want to add one person a day, well, just be prepared for your business to, you know, not take off. Throw some gas on the fire. You know, why don't work for results? Make it a goal to grow your network by minimum 30 a day. And that means like 30 accepted, right? And so it's like, if you have to add 100 people, you know, and if people are like, well, I don't want to, like, I talk to people and they're like, you know, I want to make $5,000 a month, but I don't really want to add anybody. This is the Pam Souder. I'm going to be ready. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you ready? Get over it. Okay, you have to get over it. You're not going to die. I used to have these fears too. I used to be like, I'm not going to put pictures of my kid on the internet because I'm scared. And then I just I'm not saying if you do that it's bad, but I'm just saying for me, like, my realization was like, I just, like, if I want this result, I've just got to I got to be solution minded. I've got to get over it. And so for me, I was like, okay, I'm not just going to add random people. I am going to be strategic. I'm going to find moms. I'm going to know that I'm growing my network with moms, college students, people that I can relate to. Not that I went to college, but that's okay. Sometimes I feel like I look like a college student. Anyways, so I'm like being strategic. Every day I'm growing my network. You guys, 95% of my business is people I've never met before. Meaning that if you're like, I just have this small little bubble of people and I don't know who I'm going to grow with, there's 7 billion people out there. So go find them, right? So we're posting, we're adding to our network. You guys, we're reaching out to people. So keep that simple at the beginning. We have example messages in our team page. I know Marisa's team page has some. You guys know you can always come to either of us, no matter whose team you're on. Like, we're very united. So find an example. And are you nervous about it? Like, who's nervous about messaging? Let me teach you a trick. Mel Robbins, 54321. Search, like, YouTube it. Laurel, she's almost triple on our team. She said this method changed her life. When you're scared to do something that you know you got to do, you count down from 5 and you just do it, and you just start doing it, and then your body just reacts. And you guys, then we're following up, meaning that not everybody you talk to the first day, that, you know, if someone tells you that they want to lose weight but they're not ready to buy from you, do not take that personally. Do not have a fit over it. Follow up, it takes an average of 7 to 21 times to follow up. So I just look at it like, you know, I'm going to talk to you 21 times. I know that if somebody tells me once they want to lose weight, they want to grow their hair, they want to, you know, make money, they don't just stop wanting to do those things. They still want to do those things. They just haven't put enough value. I have not put enough value in what I do in front of them yet. So where the consistency plays in, like, I'm going to walk you guys through a scenario. I reach out to Ashley and I say, hey, Ashley, just wanted to shoot you a message. I'm not sure if this interests you or not, but I'm on one of the top teams globally from a work from home company, and I'm looking to train some people to make some money on social media. No pressure. Let me know if I can send you the details. That's literally what I say. And then, guys, Ashley may respond to me. She may not. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I just sent out 100 messages and nobody responded, so I'm done. But what you don't realize is that Ashley is nosy, and she got off that message, and guess where she went? My profile. She went to my profile, and guess what she's looking at? She's either looking down, man, this girl has shared 400 quizzes of what kind of potato she is. That's my only quiz joke ever. I need to come up with a new one with, you know, the quiz are like, find out what kind of potato you are. And you're like, I'm not a French fry. Or they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she is like posting about this coffee and this hair, skin, nails. And oh my gosh, she stays home with her kid. Yeah, right. It's probably not real. And then I'm going to go, like, be gone out of her mind. But then guess who shows up bright and early making their coffee the next morning? Me. And I'm like, hey guys, oh my gosh, I've had so many people talk to me about this coffee. You guys, I used to say that when not a single soul had ever asked me about this coffee. Oh my gosh, so I have people in my inbox asking me about this coffee, and I want to share with you guys how to make it. Here's what it is, blah, 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 blah. And I make it. And then now she's like, oh my gosh, really? Like, you know, well, I'm like, maybe I'm looking to like lose a couple pounds, but like, whatever, she's busy. Guess who pops up again next day? Jackie talking about how she's working at home from her kid. And now she's like, well, this is like so annoying. You know, it's so annoying. I hate Jackie. Unfollow. And then I follow her back and I'm like, no, get back here. No, I'm just joking. And I'm like, you know, and then she sees it again. And she's like, oh my gosh, you know, this is like literally what happened with me. I was hating on this girl. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm working 60 hours a week and my card's getting declined. You know what I mean? And it took her having to be in front of me. And it was not until my situation changed that I realized that she was associated with making money. She was associated with growing her hair. Like, you guys, this is like the formula. And why people are not sometimes seeing success is that they don't allow it's like an airplane taking off the ground, right? Like if you're trying to get an airplane off the ground, you got to go long, hard, and fast on the ground to get off. If you're stopping, you're never going to get off the runway. And so in that first going hard and fast on the ground, that's like running in faith. That's running on like, you don't know. I mean, you just don't know. And so how I stayed momentum minded in that period where I was running along the runway was things like this: YouTube videos, staying plugged in, being resourceful. If I'm like, man, I'm enrolling all these customers, but 0 distributors, I'm going to YouTube and I'm searching in, how do I enroll distributors? I'm finding people that are top earners. I'm going to Mark Pentecost's page, finding the people he's tagging them, people in, going to their page. Oh my gosh, why does she post like this? You're probably going to strike an emotion reading these posts, understanding that you guys, every tool, everything that you see from top earners in this company can be taught. You just have to go get it. You just have to get it. Okay. Before we go on to the last thing here, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Or do you promise you're not just saying it makes sense to shut me up? Like, did this make sense? Does anybody have questions on it? And you guys, for Ruby too, like, if you've been building for a bit, don't be scared to like wipe that chart. Like if there's no volume in some spot, don't be scared to wipe it clean. Message me if you have questions and I can help you work through it. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Now I wanted to bring Krista on, you guys, just to wrap it up, because I think, we can give you the tools, we can give you the YouTube videos, the posts, like all the, resources, but at the end of the day, I remember hearing someone say, this business is 80% mindset. And what's to say? Skill can be taught, but like your mindset needs to be in the right place for you to have success. Can you bring it home, Krista? And just talk up, not bring it home. I actually want to hear it, but like just talk on just the importance of, mindset and how, You're quiet. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. I can read your lips though, and I can tell that you're saying, can you hear me? Here, log off and come back in. She's like, can you hear me? Like, yeah, I'm just playing with you. Psych. Dang. Okay, I'm happy this is making sense though, because so while she comes on, last thing I'm going to say, get out your Ruby chart. If you don't know where it's at, message me after the Zoom. I'll take some time responding to you guys and just like helping you work through your charts. But map out what you need. Map out what you need for your next promotion. So if it's to go Ruby, customers, distributors, break it down by day. You guys want to be, oh man, like what if there's a Ruby bonus? Like, I don't know if there is, but like, what if there's a Ruby bonus? There's been one before. I don't know if there is, so don't blow me up after this. But like, what if there's a Ruby bonus? Like, don't you guys just want to get there? Like, it's, oh, there she is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was classic. That was 1000% Krista and technology right there in a nutshell. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I would say to you guys, like honestly, when I started this business, which my 2 years, I'll have been in this business for 2 years on February 21st, which is totally unreal to me. 2 years ago, I was like so timid and self-conscious. I would not have even like I wouldn't have had my picture on the screen because I was so self-conscious and nervous about who could see me, and I didn't know any of these people, and were they going to be mean to me? Was somebody going to talk to me? Right? Those are the things that I had, all the worries I had about going on a Zoom, and so, a lot of you are meeting me now, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, she's a triple diamond and she's earning all this money and she's super successful in this business. And I just want to say to you, this is personal development. And so oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna try not to cry, you guys. But this is literally the gift of this business, is that when they say 80% of it is your mindset, um, is that it really is. And so you want to grow your business, you need to grow as a person. And and you get to decide. You get to decide who you're becoming, who you want to be. You can actually, with your mindset, grow the life that you want to live. Okay. I literally took that to heart. I was like, I knew when I joined this, I wasn't happy with where I was. That's why I started in this business. But also I just wasn't happy with where I was at. I knew I wasn't the best version of myself. I knew I was made for more. I was like, okay, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. I gotta keep going. And I just kept growing. And I just went from book to the next one, to the next one, and just continued to make that investment. And it's that 1%, you guys, every single day. It's that 1% plus 1% plus 1%. In a year, that's 365% you've grown. Okay, like it's exponential. And that's how you get to be in 2 years and you're like, who is this person? She's totally different. She's the best version of me that I've ever been yet, you guys. And I would just totally recommend, if you're brand new and you're just starting out, please, please, please get this book. It's called 3 Feet from Gold. This is just going to really help you. There's another book that I would also recommend. It's called, if you buy it in a paperback, it's called The Success Commandments. And if you get it in an audio or an audible book, it's called The Hollywood Commandments. That one's by Devon Franklin. And one of the quotes that I love from him is, anything you're praying for, you must also prepare for. And it's that like idea of like, God's not going to do for you what you could do for yourself, and you just need to actually put in the work and grow. But one of the things like that you just become so aware of about yourself in this business is that, as people, we doubt ourselves, we doubt our beliefs, and but we believe our doubts, right? We're so quick to believe the doubts about ourselves, or the doubts about our business, or the doubts about all those things. But, believing in yourself, as you grow that muscle, literally, it's like going to the gym every day, growing the muscle of believing in yourself, you guys. But you grow that muscle, and what happens is the world, so you grow that belief in yourself, the world reflects back to you, and the world begins to believe in you too. And it's absolutely amazing. And you will see like huge dividends from that, not just in your business, but everywhere in your life. You will literally transform your life by doing this work. But that's the beautiful thing, is that you show up and you become the person that you were made to be by doing this little incremental pieces of work on yourself. And in my team, I really encourage everyone just to unwrap that, like, as basically the very first thing. They say the first 5 minutes of your day dictates the rest of your day. And so I'm super intentional. Like, I don't pick up my phone for the first hour of my day. That means I have to get up earlier because I need to make sure that I have that time. But I'm super disciplined about making that time for me, for that growth, for that personal development. That investment is my first investment into my business and me and my family in the day. It's like, you got to put that in the deposit box every single day. And I would just say, like, sorry, I'm super emotional about this, but it's honestly, it's just, my life has changed so much because of doing this work and because of this business. So I just want to say, as you unpack that gift of who you're becoming, that's the discipline that you do every day. But literally, it's like the bow on the gift. And then once you do that, then I say, now you're allowed to be the gift. And you get to do the actions that are what your team and what your business requires of you. Growing your network, interacting, messaging, following up, and telling your story. All of that is the gift. But you have to be the gift. You have to have the personal development first. You have to do that investment in yourself every single day so that you can go to that place. It's like putting on armor to go into battle. It's like it insulates you in some sense of, like, if I wake up in the morning, you guys, and I pick up my phone, and the first thing I see in there is like one negative message. Somebody else responded to my message I sent yesterday and is like, no, you pyramid schemer. And then I have another message where I have a customer, but she's upset about something, or she messed up her auto ship or whatever. And instantly my day, the tone of it is like, oh, stress, and I'm whatever. But if I have spent that intentional time first thing in the morning, and I have literally put on that positive personal development armor, I'm good. Those things, they don't get in your mind because your mind is right. So you're able to just function through those and go, oh, here's how I can respond to that. And it completely changes the situation. Now you have the mindset that you're helping this person. You're coming alongside of them. Now you have the mindset when you have somebody talking about a pyramid scheme, you're like being, oh, they're just not educated. They just don't understand. That's totally fine. Just a totally different mindset. Um, but you get to be in charge of that. And so I really just want to encourage you guys, like, you can't undervalue the impact that your mindset has on your business, especially, but just on your whole life in general. And what a huge blessing for your work, your business, to be like, yeah, you know what, you need to really like take charge of this and make sure that you're investing in this. Like, that's the beautiful thing about this business, is literally you're just investing in becoming the very best version of yourself, whether it's spending the time reading books and having a positive mindset that's going to impact you, or actually using our products that are going to impact your health and well-being. And in turn, all of that, you're coming out of now a positive mindset, a healthier body, and you turn around, how do you think your family is interacting with you with that mindset and that health level, right? So like literally you're getting paid to become the best version of yourself. So I don't know, I hope that kind of connects the dots for you guys a little bit, but that just, for me, it's just been a huge game changer. If you have any like questions or like what books should I read, anything like that, like I, I think I've read almost every book. No, I mean, there's always so many, right? I'm constantly like, okay, this one's next, constant learning.
Yeah, that's so good, you guys. And honestly, like, I just like Krista said, you're going to change so much in this business. You're going to evolve a lot. You will, like, you just will. And it is crazy to see. I know I've seen it in myself, and I've seen it in a lot of girls on this team, and like I've known it for my whole life. But even in Chris, like we always joke when Krista started, like she like didn't know how to unfriend somebody on Facebook. Like a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready for this. But it's like, you guys, now she's a top earner on our team. She has two like wicked accounts for her and her husband. They do this full time. Like, you really can learn any skill in this, but the thing that you can't skip is like your mindset. And so there is something for everything. Like, Krista touched on one part of it. Just another tip that I have for it too, like when I started, a lot of my personal development was just typing in the word motivation. I needed to be self-motivated for this business. Like, that's the thing. People aren't going to show up at your door and like be like, are you doing your business? Right? You have to be self-disciplined for that. And it's hard to switch from a mentality of an employee to being the boss, to being your own business owner. And so like embrace that. Like, if you're having a day where you're like, I just don't feel motivated to do this, allow yourself to catch yourself and be like, you know what, I'm just going to get my list done. I'm going to work through my 6 list. I'm going to watch one video today while I'm cooking dinner. I'm going to listen to an Audible book. I'm going to listen to this. It will make all of the difference. And, another point I wanted to, Caitlin said this to me the other day, and it just blew my mind, and I hope to inspire you guys with this. But, when I started my business, I almost quit when I went just before, I think maybe I was just Ruby or just before I went Ruby. I almost quit. Like, everyone on my team would quit. I went to Rhonda, our upline, our ambassador upline, and I was like, this isn't for me. I'm going to quit. And she kind of talked me off the ledge. And then Caitlin made a post the other day that said, it's crazy to think, if Jackie had given up, how many people would not, it's like the compound effect, right? Like, I think about if the person that enrolled me, like, she left 2 weeks after I started. And it's like, if she had given up 2 weeks before that, like, my life would be like, I would not be here. Like, you know what I mean? My life would be so different. We'd be struggling still. And so it was kind of emotional to think like, because we started this business selfishly for our own, personal reasons. We struggled, we went through the whatever, and if we had quit, like, it's crazy to think that like there would be thousands of people that would not be in this business right now just because one selfish decision that I made. And so I need you guys to know that one day you're going to look back and you will be that person. You will not give up. And because of that, you may bring somebody in that goes to the top. You may bring somebody in that brings somebody in that brings somebody in that brings somebody in that goes to the top. But all along the way, you're going to be able to affect so many people and show so many people what is possible with this business. And so just commit to yourself and to your goals and to your kids or whatever your reason is, that you're just going to give it. You're just going to be committed to it. And you're just going to allow yourself to go with the grind. And some days you're going to feel like you're on top of the world, and some days you're going to want to eat a jean jacket, and then everything in between. And, you know, you're just going to do it. You're just going to do it because you deserve it. And okay, Krista, is there anything that you wanted to add?
You know, there's a lot of, I mean, honestly, if people are starting out, they look and they see Jackie. It's super easy to put you up on a pedestal and be like, okay, she's up there and I just want to get where she is. You're looking at Jackie's chapter 36. Okay. So if you're in chapter 1, I don't know, I just want to pull this up on your hill, you know, like the same thing with, you know, people coming onto my team. They're like, oh my gosh, okay, she's on chapter 24. You know, I'm over here. And, you know, comparison literally is the thief of joy. But if this helps you at all, like I have this picture I want to show you. If I can show you this. This is me before it works. That's me. I'm not that person anymore. That was the only picture. And I was like, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that is the only picture I had. It's a terrible quality picture. It was taken at my son's 4th birthday party. And I didn't have any other pictures. I didn't have any pictures from starting the products because I didn't think I was worried they weren't going to work. And I just didn't want to take a picture of myself. I just felt really crappy about myself. And so I'm still kicking myself about that. But seriously, it's the transformation, and it's just literally step by step, day by day. And like Jackie said, just commit yourself. Decide. You can decide, I'm not going to quit this time. This is the time. I've found this circle of people who are all on the same journey as me, who are all trying to become the best version of themselves. So I've got support. I've got the positive people here. When I get the negative coming in, you know, I have someone I can turn to and say, oh, that, you know, do you recommend something? Do you have something I can listen to? What's a good book? You know, you can get that. You can get that encouragement. You can get that buffer. You can get that stuff to help you stay the course, right? It's just like, I mean, learning any new piece of a lifestyle, there's any change is gonna be hard. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be uncomfortable. But honestly, this has been the greatest change of my life, my family's life. It's completely changed everything for us. And we're like on this trajectory now just to completely do a whole new shift. And none of this would be possible. Like Jack said, like if Jackie had quit before she got to Ruby, none of this would be possible. I have people in my downline in my organization that I look at the thing when they canceled their account or when they quit, and it's like, oh, there's a whole diamond underneath them. There's a whole, you know, all because they quit, all because they gave up on themselves, all because they didn't make that investment. Honestly, that investment into yourself daily, and this is where I can't stress enough, personal development, you guys. That investment into yourself is like putting on your life jackets, putting on your oxygen mask on the plane, because literally, like a lot of days, you feel like your ship's going down. You feel like it's hard. You feel like it's not worth it. You feel like there's no payout yet. You know what? Like, this is your oxygen mask. You gotta have your mindset in the right place to keep your plane in the air. But that's the thing. Like, you stay that course and you're gonna get where you want to go. But you gotta keep the plane in the air. So, anyways, I'll stop talking. But that's what.
Gotta keep the plane in the air. Please keep the plane in the air.
Keep the plane in the air. Especially Jackie's on board. Okay, sorry. So just speaking of Jackie's flight phobias, the week before she flies to Florida, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm like that person that will go on a plane and go to YouTube, and I'm like YouTubing like how do planes crash, and I just freak myself out. So thanks for starting that nice and early.
It's fine. You don't need to sleep. That's fine.
You guys, one last thing, actually, okay, no, one last thing I want to leave you with, but while I'm explaining this, I want you guys to take a picture of you on this Zoom, tag your upline. You can tag me on Instagram. You know, I'll put my Instagram in the comments. You guys are welcome to follow me, use my stories. If I message you, I'm sorry. I just go through when I message, so just steal my message. Krista's on there. Tag your upline, tag your team, tag Marisa, and just take a picture and talk about where you're going. I just be like, I just got off a Zoom with my team. You can talk about how we're one of the top teams in the industry, and I'm so fired up because they're showing us how to earn a full-time income from their phone. So anyways, I'll stop talking in case anyone's in boomerang. Post it up, shout where you're going, tag us, okay? Like, we want to see you guys loud. Be loud about where you're going. Last thing I want to leave you guys with before we hop off is my daily reminders list. I do the things every day that will bring me the results to get here, okay? So I'm going to show you a tip. I'm going to read them off. You can write these down. You can add, take off, whatever you want to do. In your phone, you have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone app, there's an automatic reminders app that looks like this. Huh? Like this, like that, okay? So what I have is, oh, where's my scheduled? Where is my all? Okay, my daily list, okay? So what I do every day is I break down my list, and as I do each thing, I check them off. That way I know that I keep myself accountable. A lot of people are like, well, how do I just know what to keep doing? You know what to do, you just gotta do it. Okay, so I'll show you how simple I break it down. I do a lifestyle post every day, a product post. So I have lifestyle post, product post, filler, or interactive post. So anything outside of the business. Okay, those are my free posts. Then I have follow on Instagram, follow 50 on Instagram, friend 25 on Facebook. Then I have message 10 on Instagram 10 times. See how that is like that? 10 on Instagram, 10 on Instagram, 10 on Instagram. I'm breaking down my 100 messages in 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here. It's overwhelming to do 100. It is not overwhelming to do 10. Get text replacement set up or word board. Break that up. You know, when I get in the car, I'm doing 10. Before I do whatever, I'm doing 10. And I break it up throughout the day. Get 5 host to post up. I do that 4 times a day. So I will sit down until I get 5 up. Right? Easy. Facebook story, number 1. All the way through to number 10. See how I have 10 Instagram stories there? You guys, I put this in my phone 1 time, and then I'll just click and unclick it, okay? So 1 to 10, that will be things about products, the opportunity, filler. You guys, I could do, like, one of your Instagram stories could be like something funny your kid is doing. It's related to the business because it's keeping you relevant. It's showing people that you're there, okay? Interact Instagram minute for 5 minutes. 5 minutes on a straight clock. All I do is interact. I do that interact on Instagram for 5 minutes 4 times a day. So I have interact 5 minutes Instagram 4 different times, and I'll do 5 minutes at a time. Think about how easy that is. While you're sitting there watching TV with your kids and you're scrolling anyways. Oh, I got a task to do. Boom. Set 5 minutes. If you're squirrely like me, put a timer on and go. Same with Facebook. Again, I have follow 50 on Instagram. So I do that twice in a day. Friend 25 on Facebook, and then message happy birthdays. That's what I break down in my day. So I know that if I look back and I'm not doing those things, that's probably why my business isn't growing. Do those for 3 months. Give yourself 3 months to just get into that routine. You guys, it's going to be uncomfortable at the beginning, but I promise you, these little things are what will grow your business. Can you somehow share that message in to me? My internet is glitchy. It's not a message, it's just like a list. But yeah, I'll go through and I'll post it in the team page for sure. And I'll send it to Marisa if you're on Marisa's team. Okay, guys, we're cheering you on. Thank you for taking this hour with us. You guys, conference is next week. Some of you guys are going, some of you guys are not. Be plugged in if you're not. You guys, we are going to have some big announcements coming. And I promise you, you can be a new distributor that started today and go diamond in the next 3 months. Like, I'm looking at some of you guys on here, and some of you guys are about to make some big moves. I'm looking at some people that are about to go presidential, triple, double, diamond, and guess where all those people started? As a distributor pushing for Ruby. So let's get that out. Oh, I just got full body chills.
That's so crazy.
Oh, I just got my whole body was just like, dude, that was crazy.
Seriously, like, we've all been there as a distributor. Like, that's the craziest thing, you guys, is like everybody goes distributor and then signs their first distributor and then their second one, and they're like, okay, this is executive. Okay, I think I can get to Ruby. And you know, it's like, and then you're like, okay, I'm working on press. What? Right?
Yeah. And you guys, like, think about that. Chris isn't in for 2. I just want to, like, I like to talk numbers. I know some people are like, that's weird, but I'm motivated by, I'm like, I want to hear numbers, you know, like, money is not everything, but money gives you options. Money gives you freedom. You know, working towards money is a good thing. Like, if your mindset about money is not good, like, change that money thermostat. Like, there's books for that. Money mindset. Get your money mindset right. You coming into this business and hoping to make $100 a month, you can do that. But you can also put your nose to the ground for 2 years and be working towards presidential diamond and, you know, double diamond or triple diamond for your other account. And that's, you know, on average, that's, I mean, what is that a month? I don't even know. Like people's yearly salaries, you know, in a month from this business. It's absolutely real money. It's absolutely work. It's absolutely yours if you want it. We're about to go on a run. You know, last time you told us this, people came home to their kids full time. People retired their husbands. Like, we're about to go on a run. And when the tide rises, we all come together. And so make sure you're here with us. We want you here with us. Like, we want to see you win. And know that a lot of you guys are new. Like, reach out to us. Krista, Courtney, Tamara, Caitlin, Marisa, all you guys, all of us. Reach out to anybody. Roxanne, I'm just looking who I see on the first page. Roxanne, Ashley, like, reach out to us. We want to see you win. There is no other community that you're going to have like this. In the world, people are not like this. People don't want to see you win. Here, we want to see you win. So hop on board. We want you here with us. There's room at the table. And yeah, one more book, what Walt knew. Yes. Yes. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for coming on. And yeah, you just reach out anytime you guys need anything. We're excited to help you get to where you want to go. Okay?
Thanks, Jack.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you.